Hi guys, Reaper here, thanks for tuning in. So the test server is now open for you all to use. I highly recommend everybody jumps on the test server, works out what they want to do for some changes for tier 9, tier 10 ships and lower. I don't want to be the one to say what's what and show you around the test server, so for that reason in this video I want to show you my personal favourite highlight, the thing that stood out the most to me and impressed me that much, and that is the Talwar II assault. For quite some time now, destroyers have been fairly pointless and not really worth flying, and I'm so glad that this T10 destroyer completely changes that. For every level of advanced small missile or torpedo operation bonus per level, you'll have a 12.5% bonus to the damage of both missiles and torpedoes, which is insane, and a 15% bonus to the micro warp drive signature radius penalty, 7.5% bonus to stasis weather fire optimal range, and a 2% bonus to flight velocity, and a noticeable mention to the roll bonus of a 25% bonus to small missile and torpedo velocity, as well as the 5-second bonus per cycle of the damage control activation time. So let's have a look at my fitting for this ultimate interceptor slash frigate killing ship, which I aptly name it. As you can see there, as a headline figure, 536 DPS. We've got 4,436 shield hit points, which is almost like a cruiser. Insane. We've got, again, cruiser-like armor hit points, almost 4,000. And yeah, the cap time for this build, I've got 1 minute 31 seconds. I have gone for maximum speed opposed to capacitor to deal with short burst frig engagements. However, you may want to swap out some of the rigs for other things. We've got a good scan res, good base speed of 645 ms. This ship is really cool and will be the bane for pretty much any frigates or interceptors in the game. I would imagine that also goes for some of the or all of the, for that matter, faction frigates. With both of my modules hot, I'm doing around 800 DPS, and this is with all green modules. On the test server, I'm only able to access the green modules. With blue modules, I think I could hit double hot 1000 DPS quite easily. 1000 DPS from 24 kilometer ranged small missiles is insane. So I've come to Tama, and I've heard that there's a lot going on here on the test server. I've walked in here and I can see there's loads of battleships. Pretty much everybody that you could think of has thought, here's the test server, let's all jump into T9 battleships or things that are readily available rather than jumping into the other ships. And fair enough, I'm going to burn away here. As you can see, my hot DPS is 824, which with blue modules could easily reach 1000 DPS, and with this particular fit, all of the modules you can see that I have equipped there in the bottom right hand side of the screen are all the best meta green modules. There are no blue modules available for cheap on this test server. So with the ship bonuses, my stasis weather fires are receiving a 20.5 kilometer range, which is truly quite impressive. With 1000 hot DPS, that means if I come across any frigates, they are going down. They will not be able to do much. The best they could hope for is to be able to outspeed me to try and kite, but we all know that small missiles against frigates apply damage fairly tremendously. So yeah, let's see if we can find something now to test our volley damage on to see how much we can hit some ships for. I did take a pretty big hit there trying to fight against that mob. I didn't actually get to put some damage down, but again, way too many ships there, all in battleships. And yeah, we can see here we've got a Typhoon. There's a lot of blues here as the faction status or blue status, friendly status carries over from real game to test server. Let's hit this Typhoon with a volley of damage. We can see that I'm getting about 2,500 damage per hit, which is nuts. That means I will be mopping up most frigates with 2 or 3 volleys with their effective hit points and the amount of damage. And I'm fairly sure this Typhoon is going to have 2 or 3 hardeners running with very high resistances. I expect I'd be doing with lower resistances a hell of a lot more damage. So yeah, this Talwar Assault 2 can travel at 3 kilometers per second with a low signature radius thanks to its micro warp drive reduction bonus per ship level. With the ship's attributes, I should be able to achieve around 1,000 hot DPS. That is double hot, of course, but it is just astounding as to what this ship can do to counter frigates. So yeah, this to me stands out the most on the test server at the moment, because destroyers have been pretty much glazed over. There's been a lot of feedback to say that destroyers need the love. I think this is the correct love that's needed to make this ship more viable. Hats off to the devs, very impressed with this. So much more content to review, but for me, for the time being, this is the thing that stood out the most. Okay, thanks very much for watching.
Murder on call with the fight now. 20 years and it seemed like a lifetime. I've been hanging every day from a lifeline. Bodies fucking sadder than every night.